As the saying goes, you can never have too much of a good thing. Unless, of course, that good thing is the same thing that'll end up killing you someday. Meet Coca-Cola, your friendly neighborhood thirst quencher. It's in your fridges, your convenience stores, your groceries. Heck, you may even be drinking one right now. But beneath that jolly red Coca-Cola can are secrets that'll make you drop it all together. That is, if you even can. In this video, we'll be explaining just how the Coca-Cola company got you addicted to sugar. Coca-Cola has done an amazing job at making sure that you're always craving a Coke. How? Well, to fully understand this, we gotta go way back. History. As with many other addictions, the magic all started in a lab. Coca-Cola was first concocted in 1866 by Atlanta soldier-turned-pharmacist John S. Pemberton as a means to soothe his growing morphine addiction. Dr. Pemberton absolutely hated the fact that he had grown addicted to morphine, so he did what everyone was doing in 1866, created a miracle tonic that would soothe any addiction. The very first iteration of Coca-Cola was made of a mix of coca leaves, cola nuts, and red wine. I know, alcohol is bad. But the funny thing is it's not even the worst ingredient in Coca-Cola. Cola leaves, as harmless as they may look, actually contain just the tiniest amount of cocaine. Yes, you heard that right. Coca-Cola's first iteration contained a magical mix of cocaine from coca leaves, caffeine from cola nuts, and alcohol from red wine. Not surprising anyone, Coca-Cola was an absolute hit on release, and with the masterful marketing help of Dr. Pemberton's bookkeeper, Mr. Frank Robinson, every street in America would be decked out with Coca-Cola signages. Logos, billboards, even free drink vouchers to reel you in so they could get you hooked. Soon enough, Coca-Cola was dominating the soda fountain market with their coked up Coke. Store owners would be buying their syrup to sell at their shops. And Coca-Cola was living the dream. In fact, they were so confident with their formula that they eventually cleared cocaine off the ingredient list. But little did they know that they were only scratching the surface of what could be achieved. Soon enough, the company was approached by an independent bottling company that sold them on one idea: Coca-Cola in glass bottles. Of course, that image is a beloved American icon today, but originally the Coca-Cola company was skeptical, saying the real money lies in their soda fountain sales. So what did the Coca-Cola company do? They threw the bottling company a bone, selling the rights to bottle Coke at a cheap cost. This didn't matter much to Coca-Cola though, because the massive bottles sold and the word of mouth that came with it was more than enough to recover any costs that they may have incurred. It truly looks like Coca-Cola was destined to keep winning, but destiny isn't the only thing at play here. Coca-Cola is a business, and as with every business, they all have dubious things happening under the hood. The sugar high. Although Coca-Cola has finally washed their hands of cocaine use, their formula remains as addictive as ever with a combination of two equally addictive substances: sugar and caffeine. How much caffeine, you may ask? Well, for perspective, a single can of Coke has half the calories of a McDonald's burger, with 5 times the amount of sugar at 36 grams of sugar per can. With that much sugar and caffeine in a can, no wonder people associate the brand with joy. In fact, it is the perfect formula for a sugar rush, a temporary and sudden burst of energy that gets your body releasing that sweet dopamine high. The effects sound a bit familiar, don't they? Sugar addiction may sound harmless, but it is definitely nothing to scoff at. Once your body starts associating the dopamine and endorphin surge with sugar consumption, it may start constantly looking for the sugar high. People who suffer from sugar addiction could end up being completely lethargic without it, having no other urge but to take another sugary gulp from their bright red can. But when it comes to sugar, addiction may be the least of your problems. Regardless of whether you get addicted or not, the excessive sugar content of Coca-Cola is undeniably dangerous. You could drink a can every once in a while and not get addicted to sugar, but that sugar stays in your body and may lead to a severe illness, such as diabetes or even your teeth being rotted. Coca-Cola's fame makes it the easiest gateway to a sugar addiction. Just go down to any grocery or convenience store and you can get your hands on an ice-cold Coke. Of course, this could be easily excused as the company just wanting to provide a delicious dessert drink to the masses. Ice cream vendors and even huge chains like Starbucks offer just as much sugar. There is one thing that puts Coca-Cola above every other dessert dynasty: the world on Coke. Coca-Cola's marketing team is a testament to beauty and simplicity. Their goal? To associate their brand with emotions and scenery. Throughout the years, some of Coca-Cola's best ads hinged on positive imagery, be it people hand in hand singing about love or even as a refreshment for our troops at war. In fact, Santa Claus's holly jolly ho 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 belly came from Coca-Cola ads, depicting Santa Claus as a rosy-cheeked man enjoying an all-American bottle of Coke. But each of these ads takes on a different shade of bad when you realize a common theme: they are appealing to the youth. Let's take their Christmas ads as an example. Every kid in your neighborhood who has their eyes glued on the television during Christmas season would either see a group of cute polar bears playing with each other and drinking a bottle of sweet, refreshing Coke, or they could also see a gigantic freight train holding all of their toys and knickknacks, with the Coca-Cola logo splayed on the side. Coca-Cola has cemented their drink as Christmas joy in a bottle, and they're not afraid to flaunt it. Of course, there are laws in place that restrict companies such as Coca-Cola to directly market their drinks to kids. That much sugar and caffeine is unhealthy enough for an adult. Just imagine what it does to the youth. Sadly, you won't really have to imagine much since the Coca-Cola company has found a pretty amazing workaround to this: celebrity ambassadors. The Coca-Cola company realized that instead of marketing their drink in cartoons or any children's show, they will instead contact the celebrities that the youth idolize, and then they'll show them enjoying a Coke. Which child wouldn't want to be drinking the same thing as their idol is drinking? So now we land on another question: why the insistence on getting the youth to drink their products? The simple answer is this is to start them young. Get them hooked early and they're yours for life. This is the underlying strategy that Coca-Cola has been using, and it's been highly effective. Now, Coca-Cola is a beloved household drink for any season, and it looks like it isn't going anywhere. Coca-Cola is a colorful brand that presents itself as cheery and for the family, but its origins are anything but cheery. Coming from a period of war and morphine addiction, the trend sadly perseveres until today. No matter how much the brand may frame itself as a wholesome family brand, legally peddling addictive substances to everyday people just isn't an honorable practice. Of course, one could argue that the consumption of junk food is always a choice by the consumer and not the fault of the ones peddling the drink, but can that excuse even be used in this context? Coca-Cola as a company knows that their drink is only fine in extreme moderation, but why then would they market the beverage as something fun and exciting? With all the medical discoveries over the past few years regarding Coca-Cola and its effects on the body, it may seem reasonable to stop and be done with the drink altogether, but as frustrating as it is, it's hard to even avoid Coca-Cola products in your daily life, especially when they've got their hooks dug deep. We can only hope that the strength of our will is enough to stop ourselves from getting a refill. As much as we rag on Coca-Cola specifically, they aren't the only sugary beverage in the market. Which one has its hooks in you now? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching.